West Australian country towns are famous for their welcoming hospitality, and we've driven 2 hours east of Perth to visit one of WA's oldest townships, Beveley, and one of the landmark locations, the Freemasons Tavern. Well, here we are in the beautiful town of Beveley, about an hour and a half east of Perth in Western Australia, with the owner of the Freemasons Tavern here. How are you, Daphne?
I'm very well indeed, thank you.
Thanks for making the time. I know you've been so busy renovating the place, but before we talk a little bit about this, how did you end up owning a tavern in Beveley?
My husband was an investor, and if he found something that it was worthwhile having, he would go ahead and check it all out, do a lot of research on it, and then buy it.
And just buy it?
Just buy it. Say, I want it, I'm going to have it.
when you first came here, because it was nothing like it looks nothing like it does now.
Absolutely nothing like it. As a matter of fact, I didn't even come here.
Oh, really?
It was bought sight unseen.
You didn't even look at it?
No. Pictures
Yeah.
We actually had a look at,
Okay.
but we certainly, no, it was sight unseen.
So what did you think when you first walked into the place? Were you happy? Were you going, this is a challenge?
I thought, oh my goodness, what on earth has he done? And this wasn't until after he actually passed away. So the first time I came up here.
Okay.
So we had a leasee in here, bought the lot, it was paying rent, and
Yeah.
that's what we were looking at. We weren't actually looking at running the business ourselves. We just wanted it for the actual rent.
I'll spend a fortune, we won't say how much, and renovate and turn this into a beautiful establishment here in Beveley. And the work you've done is absolutely sensational. When was the Freemasons Tavern actually built? I believe it's one of the oldest buildings here in Beveley.
It's over 130 years old. It was actually first built in 1878, but it was only just a little shed type of hotel. They actually renovated it and built, I think, the second story on it in 1905.
Right, okay.
And from then, from 1905 right through till 2009, I don't think much was done to it at all. I don't know the full history,
Yes.
but most of it, there was nothing done to it.
And I look at this place and you can see woven into the tapestry here the old and the new. You've done it so tastefully. That must have been a real challenge, deciding which bits you're going to blend with the new. How did you come up with all this?
Well, I think it was mostly Steve's ideas.
Okay.
Steve has got a vision, and he had the vision of what he wanted, and then put it past me, and I said, yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we just went from there, did a little bit at a time, and it took, as I say, nearly 13 months to come up with the finished product.
You come through the doors and that beautiful staircase that you've...
Just amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
It's...
That was about a 3-month situation, because we actually had it sanded right back. We had it French polished, and then Gina came up and she didn't like it.
Oh.
So she said it's still too dark and
Yes.
Doesn't really show it off.
Right.
So we sanded it all back again and decided to paint it white.
And the other pieces that catch my eye are the LED lighting in some of these windows, Daphne.
The LED lighting is absolutely amazing. A lot of it was damaged, and we actually used a local gentleman named Dave. I don't know what his last name is, but his first name was Dave, very nice, and he's called Art in Glass.
Right.
And he came in, had a look at it, and he said, yeah, I can do it.
And then you've gone, we're Australian, and behind us at this bar, this timber work is stunning.
It's absolutely amazing. That is an old sheep shed and fencing.
Really?
From down around Borden area.
Yes.
And we actually got that given to us at a clearance sale because there was nothing you could do with it. And it's been sanitised, then sealed.
Yeah.
Because as you can imagine,
it came out of a sheep
shed. Yeah. And then the design of it, that's from Steve as well.
Oh, he has done an amazing... No, Steve is also the head chef here as well.
He's the head chef here. He's also, along with his wife Gina, the leasee.
And we'll go into the dining room. We'll show people what your dining room looks like. You've got casual dining. Do you have a favourite spot yourself here? It must be difficult.
My favourite spot's up in the corner up there because then I can have a look around absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And just sort of say, oh my goodness, just how well it's been done.
It certainly has. The beer garden outside has been done at a level that you would expect in a luxury establishment anywhere in a metropolitan area. Nevertheless, you brought it out into a country town like this.
Yep.
Steve's got the food going on. Now, I've got to say, I snuck into the kitchen and had a look at this state-of-the-art pizza oven you popped in there.
Incredible. It really is. And that can cook just about anything. It's not just for cooking pizzas.
Oh.
You can change the controls and cook a beautiful steak, and you can either do your steaks in rare, medium or well done, and it cooks all the vegetables and everything as well.
And the other thing I noticed, you put a state-of-the-art coffee machine in here.
We certainly have, because this day and age there's people that don't want to drink and they just want to come and have a coffee, so the machine's gone in and the coffee is amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful. I think Beveley needed somewhere really nice that they could go out for dinner or go out socially. Well, hopefully in the future we can have weddings here, sort of people can go somewhere for anniversaries, that sort of thing, Christmas parties. And it's just nice to have the old along with the new.
What do you want to do with it?
Well, just really want it to be a country pub that people can come and have a beautiful meal and they can even stay here. Yes.
So your plan is now to make this somewhere where people can come, they can have a view, they can see the gorgeous countryside and the different features around Beveley itself, and then be able to supply them really beautiful accommodation that's going to match what is here as well. And you've got two of them up and running. I bet they're booked out, aren't they?
Yeah, one's mine.
So, all in all, Daphne, when you walk through the place, if someone was to ask you what it is like, how would you describe the Freemasons Tavern to someone who hasn't been here?
It's hard. It's got ambience. It's interesting to look at. The bars are just beautiful, and yeah, it's just a nice place to come in and have a drink or to stay.
Yes.
And the meals are just to die for.
And considering we are only an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you drive slow like me, 2 hours out of Perth, But it's not too far to come, and there's lots of things to see around Beveley and the surrounding countrysides as well.
That's true. And even things like Perth Rotary clubs and that can make it for a weekend. And the Rotary Club I belong to in Rockingham is actually coming up on the 31st of May.
Wow, that's going to be exciting.
It is, yes. So we probably have about 20 to 25 people from that club coming up, and hopefully from that we can get more clubs coming up. It's good for a bike ride. There's a lot of people that down south that have got motorbikes. They're not bikies, they're bikers.
Yes.
And they like somewhere to be able to sort of ride to, have a meal, and then take the afternoon to ride back.
So this is the Freemasons Tavern in Beverley. Now you're on the main street, I believe.
We're on the main street, yes, Vincent Street in Beverley.
Yes.
And down near the bridge. So you've got to go right along the actual main street to find us. Well,
the atmosphere is right. I mean, I've met Steve a few times now. I've met the staff, and they're warm, they're welcoming. One thing that struck me, it was almost like walking in, I know it's a pub, but it's almost like walking into your own home. It's like you're with friends.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, very cosy.
Yeah, yeah, it's not the typical, I think sometimes you think of a country pub as just those big open spaces, great big long bar, they're dusty.
Yes.
This is being cosy, very family friendly, and absolutely beautifully done.
Well, hopefully in the future we can have weddings here, sort of people can go somewhere for anniversaries, that sort of thing, Christmas parties, and it's just nice to have the old along with the new.